Welcome back to Travel with Ian with your boy Ian as usual. In this video, this is by popular demand. I've realized over the years, that people don't know how to use LinkedIn or are not setting up the profile as it should be, to increase the chance of success on the app or to get to get the best out of the app, right? So I'm pretty much making this video in order to give you guys some advice or tips that you can implement on your profile or just while you're using the app to get the best out of it. You know, I started using LinkedIn about maybe in 2017. They made us use LinkedIn. We had to do LinkedIn. I think it was for class in college, right? We had to download link, create a profile, and be on LinkedIn. So I've realized that's what most people do. They have a LinkedIn profile, but they don't really. They do the bare minimum. They sign up, put their experience on there, and they just connect with their friends, other students, a few people, and they just leave it there, right? And that's not what you want. You want to fully use this platform to network and get the best out of it. That's what it's meant for. That's what it's meant to be. So I'm basically going to give you guys some advice and tips, and hopefully after you implement those tips, you get the best out of it. So I'm really going to cover or try to cover everything I possibly can. Everything, all my knowledge on LinkedIn, I'm just going to pour it all in this one gigantic video, right? Because my channel is mainly about aviation, so I didn't want to, try to, cut this video in many different portions. So I'm just gonna do it in one gigantic video and talk about everything I possibly know about LinkedIn. And I hope this helped you guys out. So let's get into it after this short introduction. Here we go. Let's get it started. First thing first, while I be on LinkedIn, obviously, this is my account. This is what obviously my account, my what I look like, everything. This is what my account look like. That's how anybody account look like, pretty much. I'm in few groups. You can see here, stuff of that nature. So let's get into it. First thing I'm gonna cover is your profile, right? How your profile should be set up. So let's go from top to bottom. First things first, the banner. You want to have a nice personable banner, right? So the LinkedIn automatically gonna leave a basic banner right here. You want to customize your banner, not necessarily customize like mine, because this is of the strength of my YouTube channel, right? This is of the strength of my YouTube channel, but you don't need to go and do the most like I did here. You can have a nice, just something that speak about your career. That's all I would say. So have something personal, either something relatable to your career or something that's relatable to you personally, right? So an example would be this lady right here. So I don't even know this lady. I don't know nothing about her, but I came across the profile and I like what I saw. So I'm gonna use her as an example of how your profile should be set up. So as you can see, her banner shows the sky, right? And she pretty much does stuff within aviation. She's a pilot. She worked for NTSB. She's a senior accident investigator, stuff of that nature, right? She's a keynote speaker. So as you can see, her background is it's a picture. It's not nothing too crazy. It's a picture. You see the cloud, you see the sky. It goes to show, a love for aviation and love for the sky. It's speak on her behalf. So you want to have something like this. This is an example of what you don't want, right? This is just the basic LinkedIn banner. Now, I'm not sitting here saying, oh, this is a deal breaker. I'm not sitting here saying, oh, if you don't have a customized LinkedIn banner, it's the end of the world. I'm just saying, I'm basically giving you every tool I possibly know so you can use the best of this app. So starting with the banner, that's what I would do. Have a customized banner. So next, after the banner, the very next thing you should be looking for is the picture. You want to have a nice, clear cut picture. Right? You want something nice. It's pretty self-explanatory. You see her, she has a nice profile picture, she's smiling. And even him, he has a nice profile picture as well. Right? So moving on, obviously here is going to be your name, self-explanatory. And this is the next very important thing. Right here, most people, if your profile is set up like his, most people just have the job. So it's like he's manufacturing engineer at Airbus America. That's not what you want. You want to have keywords, right? Like hers. Pilot, STEM advocate, keynote speaker, NTSB senior aviation accident investigator, federal woman program manager. You want to have those keywords of what you do, right? Like me, traveled in, which is what I brand myself. I brand myself traveled in, my YouTube. Next, certified flight instructor, flight operation, right? Because flying, being a pilot, is within flight operation, right? So I have flight operation on there. Content creator is just another way to say that I make videos, similar to YouTube. Digital marketing, right? And YouTuber, that's what I do. And I have a nice little emoji right here. So you want to have keywords in this section, right? A lot of people don't even customize this. They just have the job. That's not what you want, right? That's not what you're looking for here. You want to have keywords. It's very important because what happened is when recruiters on LinkedIn, they looking for somebody in this specific field or whatever. Those keywords help you rank in the search and helps you, it helps the recruiter find you, right? Because this is basic, right? If I was him, I would have manufacturing engineer, aviation. I don't know. I would find keywords that's around engineering or maybe some of his other interests or some of the other stuff he has done. Like hers, she's a pilot, right? Even though she might not be flying right now because I don't think she is, right? But she still has pilots in there, So you want to have some of the, keywords, pretty much keywords, what you do or stuff around your industry in your profile. And the way you set it up, you have the keyword, you put this, another keyword, and stuff of that nature. Right, I promise you, this is major. Everybody on LinkedIn, all the LinkedIn influencers have this. They profile set up just like this. Right, it's important. Next, as you can see, here is going to be in this section. First of all, is the company you work at. And the next thing is the school you attended. As you can see here, where she worked at in the school she attended. There's nothing you can do about that. LinkedIn automatically going to pull that information from your profile when you put your experience and where you went to school. Next is your location, Washington DC. Your location, your contact info going to be there. Your connection. You also want to have 500 plus connection. It's just nice to have when you say 500 plus. Yeah, man, like it's not much I can say about that. It just look nice. Honestly, I don't really know if if you have less than 500 connection, it's not the end of the world, but just nice to have, I guess. Next important section is the about section. In this about section, a lot of people leave it blank. They don't even write an about, like his right here. Boom, it goes straight into his activity. You want to have an about section, right? She has a nice long and about section. I really love her profile, right? She is really a good profile to look at, a good example of what your profile should be like. So in this about section, what you want is for my students, for people that are students just like me, you want to have something speak. If you ever had a resume, and in this on your resume you have an objective. Like some of my old resumes, I had objective, and I'll have this in my objective. So my about section says, hey, I'm an aviation student, science major, seeking career opportunities or academic scholarship, and I'm interested in pursuing a career as a professional pilot or business aviation consultant, aviation or law, having a long time interest in flying, currently accumulating flight hour through my academic lab at Delaware State University. Now, this is pretty old. Mr. Biddleman did this for me. If you know who Mr. Biddleman is, for my JSU students. But the moral story here is what? You want to have something nice and concrete that speaks about where you at in your career and what you're looking for, right? So like hers, especially for let me focus on this. For students, you don't really have a lot of experience. So just like me right here is me seeking career opportunities, right? So when recruiters get on your profile and they read your bio section, it should tell them in a brief and concise manner where you at in your career and what you're looking for and what's your interest and stuff of that nature. All right. So in this right there tells them pretty much everything they need to know about me in the briefly, right? They know what I'm looking for. So if a recruiter comes on my profile and they want to recruit me for being a manager at some random place, and they see that, oh, I'm only interested in having a career as a professional pilot, they know, okay, this is not the guy for us. But if I get a recruiter that's within the aviation field and he sees this and he's like, oh, he's interested in business aviation, or aviation law, it's like, okay, then you can go and why I actually have to update this, honestly. But let's look at Mrs. Beverly Drake, right? Her about section is very nice. You can read it. I'm not going to spend time reading all of this, but you can see, we're going to pick some stuff, right? Miss Beverly Drake is a program manager in the Office of Government and Industry by the National Transportation Safety Board, right? It tells you about what she does and other stuff, right? So it's not, when you look at some of the profile, you can tell where they work. Honestly, if you just go in the experience, it will tell you exactly where they work and what they do. But in the about section, you have the chance to tell a little bit more about yourself, and that's exactly what she's doing. She's a Guyanese American, more than 44 years of aviation experience. She addresses industries, government flying club, youth safety leader. So she has done a lot. She talks about education, bachelor's in professional aeronautic and a master's degree. And she talks about awards as well. She was honored with several awards, New York State Senate citation as a 2019 Pioneer and Woman of Influence Award. So obviously she has done a lot and she put it all in there. So when you read that, you're like, wow, like she's heavy, And if we look at the profile here of of this guy, Mr. Jacob, it doesn't have an about section, right? Its about section is empty. So you want to have an about section, right? This is pretty much in that little about section, you're selling yourself, right? You want to have that completed, right? So I would suggest complete your about section and have something. You can have it nice and concrete, straight to the point like me, or you can go a little bit more in depth like hers, but at least have something. You just don't want to have it empty, right? So moving forward, let's go next. Feature. I love this section right here. Is the feature section. This section allows you to pin a post or pin a article about you or something you have done or something you want people to see when they come on your profile. So with that being said, let's look at my feature section. Right here, I have this is a post I recently made about me becoming a certified flight instructor. As you can see here, right, the next article I pinned is me receiving a scholarship. So it's basically me saying, hey, I'm a scholar too. I get scholarship. So I picked, it was an article made by my school. So I pinned it on there. And next, it's a website, my website of a company I created recently. So I pinned it there too. It speaks of digital marketing, which is why I have digital marketing in there, right? So you want to have a nice feature section, right? Either I would say you can pin some of your favorite posts. If you have a post that there are a number or a award you receive, an article somebody made about you, something like that. You want to pin in your feature section. Like hers, she has a very nice feature section, right? 1 million women in STEM, right? She has this article here. She has a picture, of her, like she has a whole banner, like you can read it, Beverly Drake pilot. That's her right there, which is nice, right? Next, you have a picture of her getting an award. Another one, her getting an award, So she has a lot, her being a keynote speaker. So that speaks very highly of herself, right? So you want to have those pinned. You want to have this nice little feature section, and it's like, wow, it speak. Once again, it's selling yourself. It's selling yourself. You want to have that in there. And my guy here, Mr. Jacob, does not have a feature section, right? So you can already tell his profile is very empty, honestly, right? You can just browse through it. Mr. Drake has a nice long profile. A lot she has accomplished, and she would tell you she has accomplished those things to her profile. Next, you have your dashboard. This is private to you, right? So you don't really need it's just data that LinkedIn provide to you. Your profile views, search appearances, right? If this is 0 for you, that's where you need to improve, right? You want to appear in recruiter search. Wouldn't it be nice, if you're just sitting at home and you get recruiter texting you, messaging you on LinkedIn about opportunities, right? Instead of you always going out your way to seek opportunities, right? So that's how you want to manage LinkedIn. Now, here's your activity section, right? It's pretty much all about the posts you ever made on LinkedIn article. Your posts will be all on here. Somebody want to look at your post, right? It's nothing much you can do about this, right? Now, moving forward, your experience. Now, your experience, as you move forward in your career, you want to have experience. You want to have your previous jobs on here, but you want to have stuff that's about your industry, right? If you was a former pizza delivery driver, you don't need to put that on here, right? Unless you're in the pizza business. But if you just had a part-time job and you was a delivery driver, you don't need to add that to LinkedIn, all right? It has nothing to do with your industry. So I want to add that there, all right? Everything that I have on here speak either relate in one way or another of one of these few topics here. So let's look at them. Videographer, YouTuber, content creator. So me having a job as a videographer speak, of my content creating skill, right? Me being an intern at the Federal Aviation Administration speak of me being a flight operation or, being a pilot or a certified flight instructor. Same thing with being a flight operation intern. Reason why I have in here. Me being in the Army now, this is not really, I have me being in the Army really just speaks of me serving the country, which is why I have in there. But the job in itself, you know, it's not really relatable to anything I'm really looking for. And me doing digital marketing, so I had digital marketing, right? So you want to have jobs, all your previous experience is related to your industry, right? Next is my education, high school and college, and then my license certification, right? Commercial pilot aircraft, and then your endorsement. Over time, you're gonna get more and more endorsement. I'm not really too worried about skills and endorsement here, right? It's something nice to have. Like Miss Beverly, she has a lot of skill, a lot of endorsement for her skill, right? 99 plus, 99 plus, 99 plus. This is a great number to have because it doesn't go past 100. All right, so when you have 99 plus, it's just nice to have, but I'm not really, you know, too pressed about it. Right? Maybe recruiters are, but it's nice to have, but I'm not really pressed about it. I think what really matters is recommendations. Right? You want to receive recommendations. You can see here all the recommendations she received and some of the recommendations she has given. Right? Recommendations speak more. I think recommendation speaks more than endorsement. Not just me. Right? Because recommendation, because so endorsement is just a plus. Oh, I can just click and endorse somebody. But recommendation, you have to type something. You have to. Oh, I have very really high recommendability with the greatest part in her accomplishment. Congratulations, God blessing abundantly. So it says here dedication to work. So recommendation speaks a little bit more, right? And most people have less recommendation than endorsement, right? So me personally, I have zero recommendation. I'm not really pressed about them. The way to a way you want to have recommendation from people, I would say above you or your friends. I would say people that's in your career, right? Because recruiter can tell who will give you the recommendation, obviously, right? Oh, so if you receive recommendation from another student, it's not really heavy, right? You want to have. So another thing I would say is if you really care for recommendation, you can ask your supervisor, your manager, like, hey, can you go on LinkedIn and give me a recommendation? At the end of your internship or the end of your job or whatever, you can ask for a recommendation if they're willing to go on there and write and leave a recommendation for you. It's nice to have. Next is your accomplishment, right? You want to go and fill those out. Your award, language, you speak another language, and your organization. You want to add those in there. Miss Beverly, she has a lot of another award and a lot of different courses she has taken over the years, right? So you want to add those in there. They matter, especially awards and course, right? You want to add those in there. I don't really have a lot of awards, honestly. And I'm not. And when I look at her profile, you also have to understand she has 44 years of experience. So don't go out your way trying to have everything look like hers, right? Because obviously you don't have that experience yet. So these are things you're gonna accumulate over the years, right? So with that being said, overall, that's how you want your profile to look like. Honestly, she has a nice heavy profile. Obviously she has a lot of experience. So me at the level I'm at with me being still a student, this is, I would say, my profile is nice. It's not the best. Now, I'm pretty sure you can find other students who have better profile than me, but I would say this is a good enough profile. This is good enough profile. It can be better. I could really go out my way and get a lot of recommendations if I really wanted to, right? And really fill this up with organization and stuff. But like I said, I'm not really too pressed about it. But it's nice to have. If I really want to endorse me, I can ask a couple people to endorse me as well. But I'm not really too pressed about it at the moment. But that's what you want to do, right? If you want to maximize your profile, those are the stuff you're going to have to do to maximize your profile on LinkedIn. Now, we're going to move forward. After you maximize your profile, meaning you filled out everything I just talked about, when you're done with that, what's the very next step, right? So you only have, let's say you're watching this video, you don't have 150 connection, and most people told you, hey, you don't want to be that weird guy. A lot of people. So let me speak on this. LinkedIn is not like Facebook per se, right? So a lot of people on Facebook, a lot of people come on LinkedIn with that Facebook mentality, and they're like, oh, on Facebook you just want to add your friend, right? Or like on Instagram you just want to follow your friends or people that you know. It's different on LinkedIn. The purpose of LinkedIn is to literally network. What that means is you're gonna have to add people you don't know, because the purpose of LinkedIn is for you to meet new people. It's for you to meet people that can help you advance in your career, or people y'all can both help each other, right? So you're gonna have to add people you don't know. If you only have 150 connection, it's because you only adding your friends, other fellow students, or people you know. Oh, I might have a connection with this guy. This is not Instagram. This is not Facebook. You're going to have to add people you don't know in order to grow, right? You want to add people that are in position that you want to be in life, in order to, you want to connect with them and interact with them. So let's really talk about it. The first thing you want to do when you, let's see, like I said, this is the scenario. You only have 150 connection. You don't know who to add, right? You just like, I don't just want to go ahead and just add anybody or whatever. So this is my method. This is how I grow my account. First thing you want to do, you want to go at your school. You want to type, me personally, I go to Delaware State University. But we're not going to use Delaware State University in this case. Let's use, I don't know. But let's use Delaware State University. We're just going to go ahead and do that. Delaware State University. Boom. Here it is. Delaware State University. Here you see, like, you have a lot of blah blah blah. Delaware State University profile. The first thing you want to do is you want to click here on alumni. So in your search of adding people, because you have to add people. If you think, oh, LinkedIn is like Twitter, you call only your 150 connection. No, that's not what it's here for. You're here to network and meet people that can help you advance in your career. So let's get into it. So first thing you want to do, you want to leverage the power of alumni relationship. So what that means is this: you look for your school, right? The school you attended. You click on alumni. And you want to look alumni by your career, right? So me personally, I'm an aviation major, right? So now click here, show more. I want to search them by what they do. I don't really see aviation here, but let's say I was doing in information technology. Let's say that was my major. I was an IT guy. So I want to click on IT, all right, information technology, right? And if you have a specific company, you like, or a specific company you want to work at, or you seeking an internship in that specific company, right? In this case, let's say JP Morgan Chase, right? I clicked on those two things. So it shows you have 12 alumni, 12 people who graduated from Delaware State University work in information technology at JP Morgan Chase, right? So what I want to do is I would literally just go and click connect. Matter of fact, JP Morgan Chase Aviation, shit, connect. All right, I'm probably gonna talk to him. He does aviation, is in aviation. But that's what you want to do. You want to hit connect. And later on, we're going to talk about how you're going to use that. You're going to leverage the power of, that alumni relationship to get an internship or whatever. But that's how you want to look. add former alumni, because what you're gonna do is later on is when they accept you, when they add you back, you're gonna message them, right? You're gonna message them, and I'm gonna show you guys how to specifically message people on Instagram. I mean, on LinkedIn, people you haven't talked to, right? People always talk about how you slide in the DM on Instagram, right? You also want to slide in the DM on LinkedIn, but in a professional way, right? And we're gonna clear that out. We're going to talk about it. Don't even worry about it. So that's what I would do, right? So here I have information technology. Now after I cleared out, I add everybody from JP Morgan Chase. I want to expand my horizon, and I want to add people that work at other companies. So I am seeing people that work in IT, right? I can read. I'm not gonna add every single person, right? If it's like, I don't know, 700 alumni that work in information technology, I'm not gonna go ahead and add 700 people. That's dead. What I'm going to do, I'm going to read. Our first thing first, I'm going to eliminate people who don't have profile pictures. That means they probably not even active on LinkedIn. Next thing I'm going to do is I want to look at what they're doing. Business analytics for LinkedIn, whatever really is, whatever work in the closest environment you want to be working at, that's who you want to add, right? In fact, information technology is pretty broad, right? Here you see the system engineer. This other person is a CEO. This other person is a hiring manager. Discover financial services. All this stuff. So it's pretty broad. So you want to read. You want to read their titles and what they do. And if that's something you want to do, you go ahead and click connect, right? Usually I look for people that are a little bit older, right? That have a little bit of experience, and I add them. See what they're doing. HR director. Oh, and also you want to listen. This is a trick. You want to be friends with HR on LinkedIn, human resources. You want to be friends with those people, because when you message them and ask them about job and opportunity or help, they have the sauce. They have the sauce. They're gonna give you the sauce. They're gonna tell you right then and there if they're hiring, if they're not hiring, when is the next time they're hiring, all that stuff. They're gonna give you the sauce, right? So you want to be friends with HR, and we're going to talk about it. So you want to browse through what they're doing and add them, right? Missing strategy support, blah blah blah, IT specialist, blah blah blah. You add whatever you see fit that's closer to what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Next, now after you add a couple people, on your LinkedIn, you add them. Some of them gonna obviously add you back. Some may not. And they say one on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn has a limit. I think it's like 50. You can't have more than 50 invitation out there. So what's going to happen is you're going to send few. Those that add you back, great. Those that don't, after a while, you might give it a few days. If they don't add, they don't accept that connection, you can go ahead and remove that request and free some space in order, to add more people later on. Right? And I'm going to show you guys how to do that, honestly. But that's how you want to use the power of alumni relationship. Now, after you add people from your school that I graduated from your school and that are in those positions where you want to be at, or that field you looking forward to join, next type of people you want to add is just the specific job. So the way I look at it is, if there's a specific company, right, you want to work at a specific job, so go ahead and look up that company. Me personally, I was like, I want to be a part of Delta Airline. So guess what I do? Click Delta Airline. Too easy, right? I click people, right? After I click people, I click what they do. What they do, operation, because pilot falls within operation, right? So I will type pilot. Right, at that pilot operation, and I would just add a couple of them. I'll add a couple of pilots. I'll add, I'll add a couple of them. Just add people that work for pilot selection. Add them. Hey, I'm adding her. Right. But like I was saying, you basically want to add people where the best company in your industry, or the company you want to work at, that specific job, you come here and you add those people. The next thing, after you add the people, right, of that specific job you want to do, the very next thing you want to do is add people that work in HR. For real. Human resources, you add people in human resources. So what would I do is, like, why they say university relation and recruitment at Delta Airline. Boom, connect. That's who you want to work. That's who you want to connect to. All right. Boom. HR director, connect. Recruiter at that, connect. You want to you don't want to add every single person, but you want to add a couple, 2, 3. And hopefully they add you back, right? And I think also recruiters they know this. They also know this. So don't be mad if some of them don't add you back. But they know the game, right? Some of them might add you, some of them might not. That just goes for everybody. It's calling me, man. Video. All right, my bad, y'all. So that's what you want to do. You want to add people. Very next thing you want to do, after you add people at a specific company, you also want to add people in different companies. So I would just look up the job. Right? I just said airline pilot. Airline pilot. Just look up, airline pilot people. You click on people, and you just add people that are airline pilot in different companies, right? You just want to add people at the same company. You want to add a couple of them. I'm not gonna add every single person, but a few of them, and see what adds me back. And if they don't, after a while, delete them. And that's just how it is. And last but not least, you want to add some CEOs on there. Me personally, I want to add CEOs on my my connection list, right? So what I've done is I look few companies, right? For example, the Delta Airline CEO, I'm connected to him, So you want to add few CEOs. It's like, why not? Right? That's how I look at it. Why not? So I'm connecting here with few CEOs, connected with the Mr. Gonzalez, right? Who is the CEO and founder of GoJet? Connected to him. Actually, I've talked to him, emailed him a couple times. That's the CEO I'm connected to. CEO of Delta Airline. I am also connected to him as well. So you want to go ahead and just add those people, right? You want to add them, all of them. I don't know why I typed CEO is in here because I forgot his name. Forgot that name. CEO. It's missing me. Delta Airline CEO. Mr. Ed Bash. How could I forget? Right. So Ed Bash, we connected as well. Like you can see right here. If I want to send a message, I can't. But it's there. So long story short, go ahead and connect with few CEOs. I have a couple on there I've connected with. You know, you have nothing to be scared about. And the reason why I'm connected to them is because if I ever have a question, you know, and I can't get an answer, I just go ahead and directly ask the CEO, and they can refer me downline to who I need to talk to, right? And what's gonna happen is this: is I'm be like, hey, Mr. Ed Bastion sent me to you to ask you about da 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 da. And it's like, oh wow, boom. So you gotta have game, right? It's different if somebody will commend you from down the line versus from the top down. You gotta think smart. Now, after you add few CEOs, you know, like I said, my top people is I go alumni. I look for alumni that work in my field. Then I look for people that work in the company I want to work for. You know, add people that want to, you know, like I said, companies, CEOs. I want to add HR people, right? Human resources people from in different companies I want to work in. And that's it. That's like my top. That's how I go by. When I was really adding a lot of people back then, I've kind of stopped. But when I was really growing my LinkedIn, that's how I was doing. Now, we're gonna talk about how to remove, you know, manage your connection. We're gonna so I forgot to do. I know how to do this on my phone, but I don't really know how to do this on the computer. But there's a way you can go on LinkedIn, right, and remove your you know, kind of like when you go on Instagram and you request to follow somebody, you know, if they don't accept you, and then you can go, you know, and remove that request. So there's a way on LinkedIn for you to remove, you know, remove those invitations you sent, you know, if they don't accept your invitation after a while. But it's like I don't know how to do that on the phone. I mean on the computer. But I'm going to do it on my phone, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to screen record it and add it to the video right now. Look, will you believe this? So, literally, let me screen record this. So, I just got a profile view, right, from Mr. Michael Wastami. And Mr. Michael Wastami is the CEO at Sky Diamond Jet, and he's the pilot as well, right? And he found me via the homepage, and he says he's right on there. So, that's how you connect, right? And this is the CEO I just connected with. You know, I just added him. He added me back. I think I messaged him one time. Yes, so I messaged him too. You can see I messaged him. So and he replied back, all right? And I'm going the screenshot I uploaded. But that's how you want to do things on LinkedIn. You want to talk to people you don't know and just connect with them. So you can see just recently view my profile. I don't know why. That hey, who knows? It might hit me like, hey, you need a job. Who knows? But with that being said, I came on here to show you guys how to manage a network. All right. Oh my God, how I do this thing. Boom. So when you go on invitation, on your phone and you click send, if over here you see receive, then you see send. Here it is. This all the people I've added on my LinkedIn, and they haven't added me back. So it will show you when you send them. So this guy, I sent him 4 months ago, right? He didn't add me back. So I'm going to withdraw. Right? 2 months ago, he didn't add me back. Withdraw. right? You just withdraw these. So I know this guy actually. He probably don't use LinkedIn, but that's how you want to do it, right? And this that invitation I receive, I just haven't added them back. Not really interested, but yeah, you can be bougie with your LinkedIn too. You don't have to add everybody. You don't want to add them. You don't have to add them. Like, it's okay, you know. But that's how you want to manage, because what's happening is if you send too many invitations, after a while, LinkedIn gonna tell you, hey, you can't send out more invitations. You just send too many. So that's how you go and remove some of them, so you have free space in order to add more, right? With that being said, let me move on. The next topic we're going to cover is how to, before we even get there, the next topic I want to cover is just how to use LinkedIn, as far as like you want to follow, you want to follow some hashtag, that pertain to your industry. Me, I follow pilot, aviation, air travel. I joined some group. I don't really do nothing in them groups actually. So I wouldn't say, hey, go ahead and join groups unless there's the active group, but I'm not really too fond of this group. But I follow, few hashtag. So why I do that? Because it keeps me up to date, with what's going on in the industry. And also the very next thing is I follow a few companies, right? A lot of the aviation companies, I follow them because I want to keep in touch. I want to know what's going on. So, and they always post on LinkedIn, what's going on in the career. I mean, in the company. So that's what I do. So, as you can see here, I follow a couple companies. I follow, it's a couple companies, schools, whatever. I follow them because I want to stay in touch with my industry. And what's happened is, as they post stuff, right? As they post different stuff, you can like it, comment, right? You want to network too. That's another way to network, through comments and stuff. So you can do that, but you don't have to. But hey, just like Instagram, right? You can comment, like, follow. So that's what I do. Sometimes I like, sometimes I comment. And that's how I move up. Like this guy, hold on. First black student to be awarded ad featured in Pomer before the course was cut. Go for me. Oh wow, that's nice. Okay, that's a nice story right there. That's nice story. That's a nice guy right there. Flight training in Europe. I'm gonna add him. So, and the reason why am I adding him, right? He's a student just like me doing his flight training, but he's in Europe. So how can I leverage this connection I just made if he adds me back? So what's gonna happen is, if he adds me back and later on in our career, right? Let's say I might be interested in flying in Europe. So it's like, hey, I can message him, right? Like, hey, man, I'm flying to Europe next week, man. Can we connect and learn more about aviation side of thing over there in England, or this side of the third? That's how you leverage your connections. And while we at it, let's really talk about it. The next topic, and this is the last thing I have, is how to message people on LinkedIn, right? People you don't know, right? So I'm pick an example. So yeah, I talk to a lot of people here and there, and I'm gonna go with the alumni. So if I find them, boom. So hey, so this Mr. Stephen Gordon is he went to school at DSU. He's the director of aviation at Chick-fil-A. So, with that being said, this is how I approached him, right? So I use the same method I showed you earlier, you guys, right? I show you, hey, go on Delaware University. I look for aviation and I look for alumni in that field, right? Then I found him. I added him, and few moments, I think he added me back. Few days later, I sent him a message. I said, hey, I don't mean to bother you, but as a student on his way to earn his bachelor in aviation at DSU, like just like you, and with interest in the corporate industry, your career path is a great example of what I would love to accomplish. And there's no doubt you're a busy person. I would love to pick your brain and gain some career advice over a coffee chat if you don't mind, right? So that I can possibly become a leader like you are. So it's like, it's this smooth and professional way to slide in the DM, I'll call it. So that's how you want to send something similar to this, and you can see how I use the fact that, hey, we both went to the same school, so it'd be cool if I can pick the brain of you alumni at my school, right, and help me out pretty much. And they replied back. It said, anytime. Do you live in Atlanta? This was around the time when I was living in Atlanta for the summer because I was a intern at Delta Airline, and Chick-fil-A is based in Atlanta. So he said, hey, do you live in Atlanta? So I'm not gonna show the rest of the conversation, but we connected. I got his phone number. We linked up. I went to the Chick-fil-A, where the Chick-fil-A planes are in Atlanta, the airport they fly out of. We met, we connected, we talked, and to this day I have his phone number. If I want to, get in contact with him, I can. So stuff of that nature, right? So with that being said, that's how you want to use LinkedIn. So right there, I get a connection, right? And now, if I ever need an advice, or if I ever need help, and I feel like he can show me the way, I have that connection with him, that to the point where I can go and reach out to him, right? That's where you want to be. That's what you want to do. That's how you want to use LinkedIn. This is an example of how you want to use LinkedIn, and it's the same way for whether it's jobs, internship, scholarship. The same way for internship, right? If you look for internship, get in contact with people that are currently doing internship at the company you want to work at. Use LinkedIn to find them. You can find them. Right? Use LinkedIn the same way I showed you. Go on the company, look for intern that are currently doing internship there. Because guess what? Intern love posting they doing internship on LinkedIn. They're like, hey, I just got an internship at Nike, blah, blah, blah. So you want an internship at Nike? Go find them. They all over LinkedIn. Message them, contact. Like, hey, I want to do the same internship you just did next year. How can I? Blah, blah, blah. And they're going to help you out if they're nice. That's how you want to use LinkedIn. Why struggle by yourself when you can get that advice from somebody who's doing what you're doing, or who's doing what you want to do, and get the best help out of them, right? That's how you want to use LinkedIn. Same thing goes for scholarship, man. Same story again. When people get scholarship, they post on it, just like I did, right? You want to connect with those people, or connect with people that are in that organization, right? For example, hey, I tell you right now, ALPA, right? If you watching this video, you're interested in aviation like me, ALPA have scholarships sometimes, right? You want to come on here, look for people, right? So it's not just companies; it could be organizations, right? Look, hey, who works at ALPA and what they do. Whether it's HR, marketing, finance, education, scholarship most likely falls under education. So you wanna connect with a few of them. Flight training, education, LPA. That's somebody I probably want to connect to, right? If I was looking to get a scholarship from them. and stuff of that nature. So you want to connect with people that in that organization. And guess what? How does that help is when you apply for a scholarship and you have to write an essay, you can pick it back up off your conversation or even throw that person in there and say, hey, I know this and that, third, right? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, you want to use those relationships to get what you want. Currency, the most powerful currency is relationships. Believe it or not, the most powerful currency is relationship. A lot of successful people wouldn't be where they at if it wasn't for the people they met or for the help they got for some of the people they met. Truthfully, honestly, they say your net worth is your net worth. So here it is. I just gave you guys the sauce, right? Honestly, myself, I haven't been on LinkedIn a lot recently. I haven't really been leveraging this platform as I should, but I think I'm gonna really get back on it after doing this video. But that's how you want to do it. Like, guys, the platform is there. You have to go get it. You have to use it to connect. Like, it's a lot of people on there that's doing what you want to do, and you just gotta go and meet them, message them. They're on here for a reason. Some people want to just give back. They're nice. Some people are not gonna add you back. It's fine, right? We want to work with you, and that's all I got for you guys. You know, it was a big, gigantic rant of me just going over LinkedIn. I hope this helps you out. You know, if you have questions, ask me in the comments, tips, whatever's on your mind, you want to drop it, let me know. And that's all I got for you guys. I hope this video helps you out. I hope you will be able to implement some of those tips, grow your profile. But man, let me tell you, the most important thing is to connect, right? You can tune up your profile all you want, but you have to connect with people, and you have to connect with people. You have to send those messages. So don't just connect with people. Also you have to take that extra step to send a message afterwards. I sent a couple of them. You seen one. It's others. I show you. You want to show you one more? I'll show you one more. Right. I'll show you one more. Oh, this lady. Matter of fact, this lady. Okay, this is a good example. So, boom. So this lady, she texted me. I mean, she messaged me, right? She said, "Hey, did we speak on Thursday?" I said, "No." "How may I help you?" She said, "No help needed." Fine, you know. Then, boom, she sent me a message. She said, "Hey, I saw you were in search for scholarship. Did you know that the University Aviation Association has a book on aviation scholarship? Tons of them out there. And aviation university should have a copy in the library, but it's not. The 10 book is $20 cheers, Catherine." So right there, you see an example. How did she know I was in look for scholarship? Because of my about section. Guys, she randomly messaged me to give me information. She randomly found my profile and was willing to help. That's how you leverage LinkedIn right there. That's the primary example of how you want to use LinkedIn, right? So guys, that's all I got, man. The power's in your hand. Go do what you gotta do. Connect with people, message them. You know, I connected with her, then she messaged me. So long story short, connect with the people, message them. If you need help messaging people, you're scared, you don't know what to say, ask me. I will help you. We have to help each other. You know, that's all I got. Appreciate you for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Like, comment. Love you guys. Travel with Ian.